Hi everyone, welcome to Foam Rolling for Runners. My name is Jamie McLaren. I am the General Manager of the Octane Fitness Center here at Cox Auto. Today we're going to go over about 6 different exercises that you can do foam rolling for mostly your lower body after a run. So a foam roller, this is what a foam roller is if you do not know. You've got small versions here as well. They are the same kind of intensity or denseness on these two. But you can find some that are really squishy, some that are really hard, more intense. So there's all kinds of different levels. You can find these at any store really, Targets, Walmarts, Amazon, Dick's Sporting Goods. They can range anywhere from $15 to, I don't know, $50 to $60, just depending on how fancy you want to get. But a basic $15 to $20 foam roller should do the job. Let's go ahead and get going. First, we're going to start with our calves. So what you're going to do is take a seat, hands down on the ground. You're going to lift your butt up off the ground, and then you're just going to roll the length of your muscle a couple times through. Each of these body parts you want to focus on for minimum 30 seconds, probably around a minute is a sweet spot. If you'd like to stay there as longer than a minute, that is up to you as well. You will not hurt yourself by doing so. If this feels like it's not quite the intensity you want, you can make it more intense by overlapping one leg over the other, lifting your butt up once again and rolling the length of the muscle. So this is going to just add more pressure onto that leg. You can roll to the side of your calf here. You can go the length of the middle of the calf, the middle of the muscle belly, and then you can also go here to the inside of your calf. That's really tender for me. Breathe through it. One thing you can also do is roll side to side. So I always have a lot of trigger points in my calves, specifically the outside. And this side to side movement really helps get those out for me. All right, let's hit the left side single leg calf foam roll. So foam rolling is self-myofascial release. So just like when you get a massage and they are pressing into the tender points or knots that they find, that's what you're doing with foam rolling. This is kind of the massage pressing into those tender spots. It helps get knots and adhesions out of your muscles. Foam rolling helps improve your range of motion at the joint, and it will just improve overall muscle soreness and just make the muscle feel more relieved, if you will. So now that we've done that side, let's go side to side on the calf here. Go all the way side to side, the length of the muscle, and relax. Another thing you can do here is you can flex and point your toes. That's going to work the muscles in a different way. And once again, you can overlap and then flex and point if you need. This one always hurts so good. All right, up next, we're going to go hamstrings. So bring this underneath your legs. Your hamstrings are pretty meaty. There's a lot of flesh, a lot of muscle back there. I want you to roll towards the sides, come back to the middle of the muscle, group of muscles, and roll to the other side. Now, if it feels, for me, I don't feel like that's enough, so I'm going to overlap one leg, just like we did the calf, and then get a little bit more intense foam roll on each leg. Now let's go side to side a little bit. And let's hit the other side. This is I don't want to call this a workout, but I am warm just from doing this. So you might feel like you're breaking a little bit of a sweat from doing this, and that's okay. Now let's go side to side. And relax. So up next, we're going to hit our glutes and TFL, your tensor fascial latte. So glutes, I like to take a seat and just kind of roll back and forth to start. Hitting both sides. You're kind of hitting your sacrum a little bit, that's okay. But what we're going to do is cross left leg over right knee. You're going to lean back, place a lot of pressure in your hand, and then lean towards your left. So we are getting, there's a group of glute muscles here on each leg, and we're going to massage out each one just by rolling way off to the side, full range of motion here, top of the muscle all the way down. So by doing this, you're opening up your hip more and able to get and hit more muscles versus just doing this. So your TFL is a group of muscles here on the side of your hip. It's where your glutes meet. It's not a muscle, it's just an area that can get very tight from a lot of the repetitive movements of running and walking. It's not a huge area. You're just going to go up and down, maybe side to side a little. And relax. Let's hit the other side. I'll give y'all a front view here. Right over left. A lot of weight in that right hand. And now let's roll. Breathe through this. Try not to tense up or hold your breath. You really want to truly be relaxing into this as best as you can. If it's painful, back off, put more weight in your foot and in your hand and less weight on the foam roller. And let's hit that TFL. So I'm kind of in a side plank, but most of my weight is on the foam roller. Breathe through this. Ooh-wee, that's so tight for me. And relax. So up next, we're going to hit our hip flexors. Hip flexor is just on the front of your hip here. So we're going to lie on this almost in a plank position and just roll up and down. It's not a huge movement. You can kind of roll side to side into that TFL area in front of your hip. And relax. Let's hit the other side. I'll give y'all a front view. So I'm just using the edge of this foam roller. As you can see, you don't need to do the whole thing. And I like to do this on the edge also so I can put this leg down and just have more control over the position, and it's more comfortable, I guess you could say. Breathe through this. And relax. Up next, we're going to hit quads. So quads, you're going to kind of come into that plank position, forearms on the ground, and just roll all the way up the front of your leg, all the way down. So from the top of the knee to your hips. Breathe through it. Now, you've got different parts of your quad, just like on your hamstring, you've got different areas. There's more than one muscle there. It's a group of muscles. So you want to roll to the side a little bit. And then even on your side, which is your IT band, which goes all the way from your hip, inserts down to the outside of your knee. If you ever feel any like achy knee pain after a run, it could be because your IT band is tight. So you do want to try and loosen that up. Come back to center, and then you also want to hit the inside area of your quad as well. And relax. I'll show y'all the other side and other angle. So once again, in that plank position, all the way up, all the way down, coming on to IT band. So I've got a lot of weight in this foot and a lot of weight in this hand. The more weight there, the less pressure on the leg. If it's too much for you, take less pressure on the foam roller and put it into your hand and foot on the ground. Come back to center, maybe even the inner part, medial part of that quad. It is a little bit tough to get to sometimes. And relax. Lastly, let's get our back just a little bit It always feels nice to do this. So when you foam roll your back, you do not want to do your lower back all the way down here. So you want to kind of stop at mid-back. I like to cross my arms over each other. Let me make sure I'm not running over this mic. So cross over, roll here to kind of mid-back. So all the way to upper back. Breathe here. You might feel a lot of pressure. It might feel a little bit uncomfortable. That's okay. As long as it's not painful, that's what matters. You can open your arms up like a goalpost. You can reach overhead. You can go hands behind. There's not necessarily a right or wrong, just kind of different ways to do it. And that is your foam rolling session, your post-run foam roll session for your lower body. I hope maybe you learned something new today, learned a new way to relieve your muscles after a run. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.